Okay, my beautiful friends, I am gonna be speaking today with my dear friend Hira. I hope it works. She has moved to Egypt to be close, to be really transmitting the new codes. Wow! So happy to see you! How can I see you? I think this way. This way.
I have to turn it this way, baby.
Can you hear me, love?
I can hear you very well. Can you hear me?
I am just so happy that you are here with me. We haven't seen each other for 3 years.
Yeah. Wow, 3 years? No.
I was in Brazil and Peru for 2.5 years. So,
Wow. Wow.
my love, so happy to see you. Tell me, how are you being? How are you being in this new world? How are you being in Egypt? Yeah, how are you feeling? Where are you at this moment?
Wow. Wow, 3 years. I'm not even getting over it. Well, I've been very good, I have to say. Better and better and better. So yeah, I appreciate life so much for, giving me so many opportunities to grow and be with friends and family and expand my teachings. And they're not even teachings anymore. Like I'm in a I'm in a stage where I'm like I am, of course, like joining teachings and teachers, and me, like I love the variety and to taste it all and to combine it all into one. But yeah, that's basically what I'm doing.
And where in Egypt are you living? Which part of Egypt?
In the Sinai, of course, in the
In the
Sinai.
mountain, in the Sinai, see? Wow, because your husband, he loves diving. I remember he was
Yeah.
a free diver instructor,
Yeah.
free diving instructor.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Babe, and tell me, because now the reason why we're making this conversation is to bring really the new tools for the new earth or golden age. Is there a coincidence that you're living in Egypt now?
No.
And you've been doing, I don't want to call it work. I mean, you have a way, like Hira has been my friend because we've met through this course she's been given, Awaken Your Sacred Heart, right?
Yeah, it's officially called Awakening the Illuminated Heart, but
Heart. So you've been vibrating in this energy because it's a state of consciousness, right? Everything is a state of consciousness. So you've been vibrating for the last 10 years. Meanwhile, very few people are vibrating. Even when you have invited me to be part of your course, I'm like, how can I be vibrating in my illuminated mind when I still have lessons on Mother Earth? So life has sent me to Brazil, sent me to Peru and say, yeah, you want to know how life on Earth is? There you go. So Hira has been bringing this wisdom and this knowledge for a very, very long time. And now she's living in Egypt. So are you bringing also the codes for the golden age? Being, are you dedicating your channel, your illuminated heart to help us and to elevate the humanity?
yeah. Yes.
So tell me
I say yes.
Tell me how it goes.
Yeah. Yes, baby, I am. And I actually, we need to make another call because I am so curious about everything you've been doing. Because I can't believe it's been 2.5 years because I think I've been clicking I like on every of your posts. I love what you've been doing. I love what you've been doing. But yeah, about light codes and everything, for sure. I didn't realize so much in the beginning, 20 years ago when I started traveling. Hi, Vada. Hi, sweetie. I didn't realize when I was traveling. I mean, you know me, like already since 20 years, traveling here, traveling there, and I didn't realize, like I always felt cold to places, but I didn't really know, exactly like what it was about. But now it's called, and it has a beautiful name, light codes, and of course, it's always has been called light codes, but I didn't know that that was exactly what I was working with, and then. 10 years ago, when I started to work with Drunvalo Melchizedek, I had an experience where we went into that, you know, the sacred spaces of the heart, and then we went inside, and I remember it was all golden, and I was feeling like I was inside of some sort of a crystal or something like that, but gold and all kinds of stuff. And I was like, I felt like dolphins around and everything. And I was like, whoa, what is this? And then this word came, like light codes, and he had dropped that word already in the workshop. So it's not like first time I heard it from Drumvalo 10 years ago. And then they asked, like, well, you know, what's happening and sharing of experiences and all this stuff. And then, you know, I said, yeah, okay, I think I've got my light codes fired up, because that's what it is. You know, it's like, it's the sun firing down or firing up the light codes of the earth. And then the earth, she fires up the light codes into your body, into your DNA. So it's a subatomic level of your DNA. You can see it as like light threads, or you can see it as codes, like you know, as signs. You can see it as tones, vibration, very high, but they are dormant in your DNA, right? So, and now, I mean, come on, like everybody's like, if you don't do anything with light codes, you're not new age, you know. It's like, so everybody's doing it, and it's not for nothing. Like these things are like in our DNA, has been dormant for, I mean, I would say for as long as our human body exists, which is about 100,000 years, if you follow certain, you know, understandings of the human body and how we are created on this planet. We didn't just create, like, we didn't get on this planet like monkeys or anything like that. We were seeded onto this planet. Like the human body was seeded onto this planet. So, and those light codes were in already. So can you imagine, like, we have this body, 100,000 years. Most of us don't have these light codes awakened, except if you are called Buddha or Jesus or Mary Magdalene, or, you know, one of those initiates. But, and now it's like everyone. So it's like, oh my gosh, it's so exciting.
You can choose what light codes you want to embody, and I think this is the beauty, and this is the power of the golden age, that you recognize your own divine essence, and you can choose. Today you can be Buddha, tomorrow you can be Mary Magdalene, because you are. You receive these codes. These codes come to you when you're ready, right? Wouldn't you say that? And when I speak from my humble experience, when we're ready means when the heart is really pure. That's when you're ready. Otherwise, it's only in your mind something, you know? So, yeah, our body has been dormant and we are light. I know we are light. So tell me why, I'm so excited. Like, I want to know about your life, but I want to know you're in Egypt, and people who are really tuned in to, let's say, to the divine essence, they are actually going to Egypt, even in this, you know, in the transition times right now, to really be hooked into the codes and pass them on to humanity. So I am humbled and honored that you are on this mission and you are there.
Really, you just fell away.
Oh,
so I just only heard that you're happy that I'm here. So I would listen to you much more than to myself, but okay, you you asked me to do this, so I will talk, but I want to hear more of you.
Bali, you've been living in a Buddhist monastery. We've met in Ibiza. They're all powerful energy vortex. Go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, so Egypt definitely is, like, you can call it motherland, like India, motherland. Egypt, we call it the motherland. Why do we call that like this? Because they carry a lot of ancient knowledge. You know, like where you were also, like a lot of these countries, like Holland, already less, you know. It's like, just to give an example of, you know, like that's what the country where I'm from. Well, Holland has other, you know, beautiful stuff, so I'm not saying that, but some countries carry like these light codes within their planet, within the earth. And so obviously Egypt is one of those, with the big pyramids that nobody knows, you know, how they were built, with the sphinxes, and I mean, hundreds of thousands of years old they are. I mean, they say, you know, because we can't go to, or we can't insult religions, and religions say that we are, oh, how is it, 2,000 years old? It's a joke. Or what is it, 4,000 years old? But anyway, so these pyramids are way, way, way more ancient than that time, you know. You can even see the Sphinx when you just scientifically look at the Sphinx. You can see the water. You can see the water just went down from like layer after layer after layer. So when you look at that, you will see that it was in the sea before. There was sea before. So it was built, then was the sea, and now there's desert. So if you just logically look at the Sphinx and you look at those layers, you're like, oh, okay, something is not right here. This is not just a few thousand years old. This is a very, 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 very old, very ancient. So obviously they have been holding or held into place these ancient templates, you can call it templates, of a promise of where humanity is going into. And also when you look at Isis, I mean, you know, Isis, like they call her here, like you are, like Gaia, like the feminine, the sacred feminine of Isis, like her magic power is that when she was living as in the human body, like she I mean, she had, you know, energetic wings, and she had like, and still, she's this incredible goddess. But she was definitely living as a pharaoh, or as a goddess, or as a queen, whatever you want to put on it, like label. But she was guiding her people into a golden age. So one of the last golden ages that we had on the planet is in this land. And when you're sensitive, like me, like a highly sensitive person, you can just put your feet on the earth and you just like, bam, you just like, that template is still here. And the reason why I love Sinai, because people say Sinai is not exactly Egypt, because you know, Cairo is here, with Egypt is there, and then you have all the other countries of Africa. And then you have the smaller, you know, kind of in between Israel and Egypt is Sinai. And it was belonging to Israel before, and then it was, you know, even like, I think 30 years ago it was belonging to Israel. So there's all this stuff happening to the Sinai, but when you look at it, this is where all the ancients passed through. This is where they passed their initiations, not only in like the bigger part of Egypt, but also in the Sinai. So that's why I love the Sinai, because it's still a desert. Okay, you know, there's resorts all around me. It's the, you know, you could call this the Las Vegas of the desert. It's like a bit touristic, you know, I can feel that, but I feel through that. I can just put my feet, bam. And then the whole structure that you have in Europe, if you would buy a house in Europe, for example, you have all this old stuff and collective pain that you need to work through. That's not here. Here it's not like when we cleaned our house, when we bought it, it's just like, boom, it's gone. Okay, a few people have lived here before. Who cares? You know, it's gone. It's light. It's great. So what happens with people that are coming to Egypt? And by the way, it's not a fairy tale, huh? Egypt is one of the most hardcore rough countries, you know, that, and I don't mean this bad, but I mean, you know, in the sense of energetically, it holds the male of the structure. So we've been talking about the templates in the earth, right? Then there's templates around the earth as well, like we call them grids, consciousness grids, like the grids around the planet, right? So these grids, you have them around the planet, and these are carrying also light codes. So these grids are also carrying light codes. And in these grids, all around it, you have a male and you have a female pole. You know, they held Tibet, for example, you can see it as the child, as the third part, as the innocent, you know, the neutral part. But the male is held by Egypt. What that means is like the structure, the masculine, like is very vivid here, and you will feel it when you come in the country. Like a lot of people, they arrive in Egypt and they have all these ideas of like, oh, this is going to be an amazing cruise, and you know, and I did a lot of workshops here, so I know that, you know, they come like from this kind of like eased out, you know, Europe and America, where everything is like nice, and you know, and then they come here and then they have this first bomb in their face, you know, because it's like Egypt is very intense energy, very,
It's
very intense.
masculine, isn't it? Like the shadow of the mat, like Brazil. I cannot even begin to tell you. I can imagine with the Muslim culture, there is that shadow of the masculine. So you need to really know how to work with the masculine energy. If not, I can imagine you'll be you'll be brought on the ground and you will learn how to work with this energy. And there is sun, right? So you're working with the male, you know, the divine father energy. But I am impressed, honey, that you bought a house in Egypt. And I know of other people who have moved to Egypt for at least 1 year, because Egypt it's a quantum machine. Egypt has the codes, you know. So I know that they have moved first to upgrade themselves. Second of all, where you are in Egypt, you are really leading. You are leading the humanity into that golden age. And what does golden age mean? So what does golden age mean? I think it means harmony, humanity, the highest state of consciousness of our own beingness, right? What would that mean for you?
Yes. Well, first of all, like, I wouldn't say I'm leading in a way, like, because, you know, I used to do that a lot. Like, I come from, you know, father that has, you know, always structured me, like, from I'm a kid, you know, into leadership and everything, which I'm very grateful for, because else I wouldn't be sitting here I wouldn't be able to handle Egypt if I wouldn't have, you know, the education of my father and my mother. So it's like, so yes, leading, I'm not like that anymore. I'm more like guiding. So when I'm invited to guide, I will maybe not do it, maybe do it just kind of like feel the energy. And when source basically from within guides me and says yes, then, you know, that's happening. That's why we're having this conversation, because this is Gaia. Oh my God. Yes.
Look, baby, I got a golden rose from my garden. Last one. It is for you. Seriously, baby.
Oh, thank you. It's so heartwarming, because here in the desert we have no flowers. It's like, it's really,
baby.
Yeah, I know. And then normally I could just cut it, right? I can go there, I can go there, I can go. But now I have been on place, on site for half a year. I have not moved, not taken a plane, nothing. So the heat is just tremendous. Already since half a year, my body is like more than 45 degrees heat. And you can't have the air conditioning on all the time, because that would destruct Gaia, right? With the electricity and stuff. So I try to not do it as much as possible. So it's really intense. My body is like, what are we doing here? Yeah, but I'm very gentle, you know, and I'm really telling her what we're doing here. We are doing the light code. So yes, not only light codes, it's an energy of bringing in this new world, right? So it's like this, and I felt it during this whole starting, especially of the corona and everything. I really felt like a lot of us we couldn't even move out of the country. There was no flights. Everything was, and it was obvious how, like, I felt like a lot of friends, Alataya and Ibiza, like I felt a lot of friends being like, doo, 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 doo. I could feel like how we were holding that grid, you know, that light in place, and the initiations that were coming through us, you know, for the rest of humanity. So a lot of us are holding that in place. And yes, I have been placed with my husband, who's doing work here as well in Egypt, with Mahatma. You know, like, of course, you know, for her it's not easy as well. Like, there's no flowers, there's no trees. She's very much missing the trees. Like, my husband went to Switzerland 2 weeks ago, and he came back, you know, but while he was in Switzerland, he was showing us, like, was showing us all the flowers and the trees, and we were like, Prana. We were like so jealous on the Prana. It's amazing. Yeah. So of course, like, yes, we are holding this energy here, and we might move again, but whatever is happening, you know, this is what's happening. So I need to go in another call. It's 5, so I need to go in another call. I still have like 5 minutes. 5 minutes to.
So maybe you can talk about, because right now for us it's just like all about co-creation and helping people to awaken to their highest frequency, recognizing that they're light, that they're divine essence. So maybe you have like 5 tips how to do it. How do you awaken to that? How do you
Nice.
awaken to the new earth? No?
Beautiful. I'm not sure if there's 5 coming, but I will see what's coming.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say the first one is to really go inside, inwards. So of course it's nice to do workshops and follow teachings in schools and everything, but I think one of the main messages, because I have been doing all those things, I can say that you are the new earth. So your being, your humanness, your divinity is carrying this new earth every moment. So you are creating, when you realize that you are creating this new earth every moment, every breath, every thought, every feeling, then you will start to become more aware of the moment and of the miracle and of the special and the preciousness of your life. So instead of like going outwards, I would say go inwards. That's what this whole crisis is about. It's like we all need to go more, rest and just go inwards and become more aware. So how do we become, because Ascension basically is about awareness, awareness as medicine. So it means like I have to be aware of this moment. I have to be aware of my thoughts and then kind of work your way through there. So everything that, because you can start a new school, start a new workshop, start a new teaching, but you will identify with that new teaching or that new person or whatever very fast, and then you will rebuild like some kind of spiritual identity, spiritual ego, which is even worse, than your normal ego. So I've been going through all of that. I'm a Zen nun, I'm a teacher of the School of Remembering, and and now it's like just how can I get rid of all of that, because it's not that, it's the light codes and the grids and the light. It's like the further I go and the deeper I go and the more higher I go in vibration, the more I'm like, I have nothing to say, I have nothing to do, I just have to be, just breathe, just take care of yourself, be gentle for yourself, be kind, all these things. But not only like be kind, but you can also be wrathful and move this earth and move this planet, but you'll have to do it from your heart, the pure heart, exactly what you said before. Like these light codes don't go like, okay, I'll just do some light codes tomorrow, and then I'll do this in this course in 2 days and this and that. It's not like that. It's like it's like the earth and the sun actually decide when the light codes are ready to be fired up in your body. So you can sit there and be like, okay, I do light code activations in my private sessions, but I check if the person is ready somehow through the earth and the sun. It's not like, okay, I'm ready, and then it's not happening. So as you said, like the pure heart that you are, just be aware of everything that you're doing and just like become more and more empty, become more and more aware of this moment, become more and more like a being than somebody that is like, I am this and I am that and I go like this and I go like that, something like that. Yeah.
Wow. I would like to talk to you again, my love, but I know you have
We
to go.
Yes, I have to go.
With you, I come in from my heart to yours.
Oh my God, I so want to smell that and hold that. Oh my gosh.
Wow. Hi, sweetie. I would love to us to meet again, but
Yes,
let's continue, because I feel that there is a lot of information that are coming through you, and I just feel like I want to be this meeting point for the new information for the new earth. So
let's do it.
Love you, beautiful. Have an amazing
so much.
day.
Thank you.
Blessings.
You too. Bye.
Bye.